Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. Today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 68, 24 through 35, 2 Samuel 3, 12 through 16, Acts 23, 12 through 35, or you could have read Psalm 142, Amos 9, 1 through 4, and then end with Acts again. I'm going to take a look at Acts and talk about, ask the question, how much you got to hate somebody to swear out an oath that you're not going to eat a meal again until you deal with them. And in this case, it's the oath that a bunch of people swore out, saying that they weren't going to eat another bite, that food would not touch their lips until they had killed Paul. That's how mad they were at him. They just wanted him done. And they wanted it done like tomorrow, right? That's what's going on here. Remember yesterday we talked about the assassins, the Sicarii, right? So these are people, they're coming together, things that bring people together. They're coming together out of their hatred for Paul and for what Paul represents and for the things he says. And they swear this oath of allegiance to each other that indeed they will not do this until he's dead. It's not fasting. It's weird. It's like a twisted, convoluted kind of fasting. It's not fasting to show contrition. It's not fasting to show your humility, or fasting to try and determine God's will for your life. What action should you take? Probably not kill somebody. I'd say God would say that. But it's out of this furious and just hot hatred over Paul, and like I said, for what Paul says and for what Paul represents. But it should sound familiar to you. This is just like what happens in Jesus's life, and the same kind of planning and partnerships took place regarding Jesus, because people didn't like what he had to say. People didn't like what he represented, and what he represented for their future and their life. And so people came together out of this hatred, furious, hot hatred for Jesus, to get rid of him. People fell in league with each other just for the sake of doing away with him, just like they're falling in league here for the sake of doing away with Paul. In fact, much of Paul's story in Acts oddly mirrors what happens in Jesus's life at this point, which it's almost, you wonder why that is, but I think maybe Acts is trying to make a point of, what is waiting for us when we truly follow Jesus. We have in Christianity this idea that somehow that when we follow Jesus, everything should be, wonderful, rainbows and puppy dogs and fields full of clover. But the Gospels, the book of Acts, the epistles show us that when we follow Jesus into a world that hated Jesus, well, good chance is going to hate us too. Anyway, that's the DBR for today. Go out, have a good day, enjoy the weather, and we'll be back tomorrow with another DBR for you. Talk to you later. Boop.